Hey, what's up everybody? It's your girl Kenesha. Welcome back to my channel. Here on KBotLV, I talk about luxury, lifestyle, and mindset. I have an unboxing for us. I actually went into Louis Vuitton. I had ordered it online and I ended up going into the store to pick it up. So I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit about this new release that came out of Louis Vuitton. This is a re-recording, so thank you to my community for letting me know that the sound quality on the first video wasn't that great. I apologize for that. And what I was wearing when I made that video were gloves. They were my Chanel lambskin leather gloves, not fine old dad, Deborah, girl, not dad. Wanted to come back and redo this video for y'all because I had a lot of good information in there for you about this new piece. So without further ado, I'm just gonna get right into it and try not to handle this piece too much because I do believe it's going back. But you tell me at the end of the video, what are your thoughts on this new item? All right, so because I had already unboxed it, you guys may already know that this is the Samur BB. Now, I do believe that this piece is super, super cute. I do believe it's really, 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 really beautiful. It is a piece from the 90s. The original Samur 30 that Louis Vuitton created is from the 90s. So what they did is they went back into the archives and they came out with a miniaturized version of the Samur BB. So I want to get into all the specifics of it and hopefully I can try to remember my original points that I made about this bag when I made the first video, but I'll do my best. The first thing we're gonna do is just go through the details so I can just show it off a little bit. I think the reason why the last video got messed up is because I was comparing this version to the original version and maybe the sound quality got corrupted along the way. So we'll see what happens this time. So this is the Samur BB. It is 7.1 inches. I'm gonna put the dimensions in. I think it's 7.1 inches in length, 6.3 inches in height. It's got a width of 3 inches. The details on this bag is it comes with 2 buckles on the side, and then it's got the D-ring that's sewn down with the vachetta tabs there. And the buckles does say Louis Vuitton on both of them. The D-rings, sometimes they engrave the D-rings, but these D-rings are not engraved with Louis Vuitton. The front has the LV insignia there, and then it's got a buckle that does say Louis Vuitton on the sides. The difference with this model is instead of it being a functional buckle that you undo, you simply unsnap the bag. So I think that was a nice modern touch that they did for the bag. The other thing is you can see that they have the vachetta trim that goes around the edge, and then it stops where they have the tabs holding that vachetta trim on both sides. That's where it ends. And then you see that the vachetta does not extend all the way to the back corner. So we'll talk a little bit about my thoughts on that because I do believe that could be a potential flaw down the road. And then the other flaw that I believe, so as we go through, I'll just point out some of the red flags that I noticed, some of the cons that sort of drew me back from this piece despite how beautiful and cute it is. I'm not sure that I appreciate some of the features. So another feature that I'm not sure I appreciate is the fact that it is not pre-treated leather, okay? So we know Louis Vuitton, when they do their monogram pieces, typically they're coming out with the canvas and then they're adding a few leather elements to it to give it some variety. What I wish they had done with this upgraded version of the Samur is make the leather pre-treated, because that is something I have definitely come to appreciate given the location that I live in. It can be rainy. As you can see, the weather behind me is not sunny. It's a little bit cloudy because it rained earlier this morning. It rained last night. So this would be a piece that if it was raining outside, I would definitely not suggest this be a go-to bag. If it's beautiful and sunny where you are, then I think this is a beautiful bag. And if you're new to Louis Vuitton, I don't think you can go wrong with a piece like this, especially if you live in an area of the world where there's nothing but sunshine. This is a stunning piece. It's beautiful. The other feature that I was a little bit not happy with was the fact that these buckles, they're functional, you can undo them, but why not give us 2 holes, Louis Vuitton, so that we could expand the bag? That's what the purpose of a buckle with a functional hole is, or I thought. I didn't really like those features so far that you see there. The one feature that I like so far is that you can unsnap the bag. The difference between the Samur BB and the original Samur is that the front buckle, what they did is they extended it around to the other side on the original Samur 30, which is a messenger bag, and there was a buckle on the other side so that you could open both sides of the bag and use both sides of the bags for different uses. With this version, what they did was they gave us a back flap pocket. I always love and appreciate a back flap pocket. However, the vachetta trim extends all the way to the bottom in that flat piece there. I feel like anything that you sort of reach in and put into the back there, you have the potential for touching the vachetta and potentially staining it. So that's just something, again, to be cautious about. But I do like that the back pocket extends the full length of the bag down and that you can fit a full length iPhone into the back pocket. My iPhone does have a case on it and it did fit in there, but it fits a lot easier without the case. It can fit the phone with the case on it. It just sticks out a little bit. Let's go on to the interior of this beautiful bag. The interior is made of microfiber lining. Inside, it's beautiful in there. I love that they did that. The difference with the original is textile. Then when you reach into the bag, you start to pull out the straps that it comes with, and it comes with 2. We'll get into the straps in a second. The rest of the bag on the inside looks like this. There's no pocket inside there. And then it looks like if you wanted a little bit more space, it gathers at the bottom where you could try to fit in a little bit more to expand it, but you're not going to be able to expand it by much. This purse was made in Italy. I do wish Louis Vuitton had added some sort of slip pouch in there on one side or the other. It's not an impossibility for them. I always point things out like this. I don't like when functionality is taken away from these pieces, given their price point, their high price points. I only prefer when they're adding functionality to bags that we would use. If they added the back pocket, you're saying to me, well, Keisha, there's the pocket, there's the back pocket. My friends, no, we need a back pocket and we need an internal slip pocket as well for our purposes. Now, the rivets that they have here that's holding all this vachetta in place is stamped with Louis Vuitton on it. There's 5 of them, 3 on the outside, and then 2 on these little tabs holding the vachetta together on the inside. Let's get into the straps. The straps are such, they've given us this really short strap, my friends. This is a really short strap, and we'll put it on. And then they gave us this beautiful long adjustable leather strap. This strap it has 8 holes. It's currently on the first hole. And one of the things that I noticed is another red flag, at least personally for me. I know a lot of people prefer this, but I don't. They have the little piece that normally you can adjust stitched onto the strap. Personally, I like for this little piece to be movable so I can adjust it, because I don't like when my strap starts to flutter out. I like to be able to move this little piece down to the bottom to make sure that that stays close to the other leather part of the strap. So that is something that is a takeaway. A plus for me is the beautiful buckle. It's nice and weighty and hefty, the hardware. It says Louis Vuitton on both sides. I appreciate that. You can see on the side of the strap that it's been painted this beautiful high gloss red. I love when they do that. And then you have the traditional yellow stitching on the beautiful vachetta. I think that's gorgeous. Did the same thing on the hand strap. What this reminds me of is like the Sully. The Sully had a beautiful glazed edge If you ever want to go back into the archives and look at another bag that looks like this, it has this glazing on the edge and then it's got this padded strap. And that's what they did for this bag. This is a nice padded shoulder strap here. Let's go ahead and put on the shoulder strap so that we can see what it looks like. All right, so this is the first shoulder strap. This is the itty bitty shoulder strap for the Samur BB. Now, I am not an arm carry bag kind of girl. I'm gonna carry it like this in my hand, or it's gonna be rocked up on my shoulder like this. As you can see, one of the next cons for me, the next red flag that you gotta be careful of with a bag like this shoulder strap is gonna get this bag right up under your armpit. And if you are someone who sweats, well, if you sweat, that might be a problem for you. That might not be where you would wanna wear that bag, or you might want to find a strap that's a little bit longer in the strap drop to accommodate you here, unless you're someone who likes to wear your bag like this on your wrist. But personally, I'm not that kind of girl. Unless I'm like in the store, this is where I put my bag, or it's usually up on my shoulder. Let's switch over to the neck straps. I think they could definitely have given us a little bit more inches onto that. Now they gave us a nice, beautiful, hefty strap for this one. This one is definitely what we're talking about. I will do some mod shots for you to show you how this fits on my frame. I'm 5'8". But I love the adjustability of the strap, and I think that this is definitely the right length. All right, so as you can see right now, I have it on the longest setting of the 8. For someone who's 5'8", I think this hits me really perfectly right where you want it for a crossbody bag. I think this would make for an amazing crossbody bag. It's very comfortable where it's hitting on your hip. And if you're feeling like that is not the right setting for you, then you can always adjust it up a little bit. So I'm gonna put it on the 4th hole. Sometimes I wanna wear it as a shoulder bag. This is on the 4th setting. That's gonna hit you right at your hip. And then I wanted to put it all the way to the 8th hole so that we could see as a shoulder setting how that looks. One thing I already am telling you I don't like is when you have to adjust the strap. I want to be able to move this piece right here, and I can't. Right, here's how it looks on the shortest setting. It hits right at my hip still. All in all, I feel like the adjustability on this piece is perfect. I think this is a really beautiful hand strap. I think that this is a beautiful bag. I'll show you right now the pieces that, if you're wearing a piece like this, would perfectly fit inside of this bag. If you have a piece like the Wapiti, let's see if the Wapiti would fit. And it goes right in there. As you can see, it's gonna take up the majority of the space. So I probably wouldn't be using a Wapiti with a small piece like this. If you want to use your wallet and you wanna use like a little micro pochette or something like that, this is what it's gonna look like. And you're still gonna have room to fit in the back pocket a phone. You'll still have room to fit more things inside of the bag. I have a key clay to fit in the bag. That's gonna work. You could put your lipsticks on the side. My lip balm would go on the side. You need your keys, so I would be fitting my keys into the side. Have your gum, you would be fitting your gum. And then personally for me, a snack. All of these things are all that I need for a bag like this. And I think like I'm really into small, useful, functional type bags right now. So this is all I would need. I'd put my phone in the back and I'd be ready to go. The only problem that I foresee with this bag, like I said, is personally where I live right now, I'm not really feeling the fact that it's not pre-treated leather. Maybe if Louis Vuitton comes out with a version that is pre-treated, I would revisit it. And it disappoints me a little bit that they didn't think about making this pre-treated, because I've always appreciated the Samur. I find that to be a classic bag. I would have really loved to have been able to keep this piece. Just don't know if it's a keeper yet, so I'd really be interested in you all's opinion on what you think. I think it's cute. I don't think it's too small. I think it's actually a really good size. It's not a micro bag. I'm not into the micro bags. BB sizes, I think they do a really good job with. The one other detail that I wish Louis Vuitton had made available on this piece was the possibility for it to expand better. As you can see, you're not gonna really get much expansion out of this piece. It only opens up just a little bit. And I think that was a miss for them. I think they could have definitely given us a little bit more flexibility there. It's a beautiful piece. One of the things that I noticed on this piece, for example, is the alignment, the symmetry. The craftsman did an amazing job on this piece. You look at it, you see the Louis Vuitton and the fleur-de-lis, and then you look at the back and you start to go down to the back pocket. You clearly see that the LVs are upside down because they used one single flap of canvas. And what I love is that when they attach the additional piece of canvas, you could see that they aligned everything up. Everything is in order, it is symmetrical, and they didn't miss one detail. Even when they went into stitching it together on the inside, the whole pattern is flawless. Well designed, well put together. At least this version is the one that I've received, is really great. I think that this is a really great bag. I don't know yet if I'm going to return it or keep it, but I'm glad that I still had it so that I could come back and redo the video for you all so you could see the benefits of this bag. I think it's beautiful. I do think it's gorgeous. I do think that there are some minor design flaws, not many. I think that Louis Vuitton ultimately almost hit this out of the park. If you're interested in the Samur BB and you're new to Louis Vuitton, I really think it's a really great bag for you to pick up. If you are not new to Louis Vuitton and you were interested in taking a look at this bag, then I hope that this review was helpful to you and it gave you the information that you were looking for. This bag costs $2,030. When we talk about reasonability, I can't say that it's reasonable or unreasonable. There's a lot of videos coming out about whether or not luxury is worth it or not. I actually feel like I might do a follow-up video on something like that. I think that this price point is in line with what Louis Vuitton is doing with their price increases and where they are with their pricing strategy. They don't want to be under $1,000 with these bags. They're really not looking to be under $2,000 at this point. It's all inflated. I don't know if this is worth it to many of you out there, but if you don't have an LV and you're looking at getting one that is a classic and you're thinking of springing for something that is classic looking, I think that this is classic looking. I think it's beautiful. I think it's right up there in terms of price points with some of the other classics that are out there, like the Speedy 20, 25, the Neverfull PM, the Neverfull MM. It's right up there. But those bags, the Neverfull is a lot bigger than this little bag versus this is more in line with the size of the Speedy. And I think it's a better size bag than something like the Felicity, which I think is also now over $2,000 or something like that. Just something to be mindful of, something to be aware of. That's just my opinion. If you are with me to the end, I hope you like and subscribe and that you will stay tuned for the next video, and I will catch you in the next one.